So for any of my 90s kids out there, do you remember the Shaqnosis shoes? Remember these parks?
Classics.
I had them.
These are iconic.
I had them.
I had a pair.
Well, you know who had them last night? Steph Curry. And he is a shoe-free agent, as our Shams first reported. So he's rocking the old-school mid-90s
Might wear
Shaqs.
some AIs when
Paying
they're in
homage.
Philly.
Yeah, he's going to pay homage to everybody
We
before he
didn't
gets
see too many point guards wearing those, did we? So let's get to the game here. This is the Warriors and Orlando. The first night of a back-to-back for Golden State here. Curry, he had a nice first half here, Daddy.
Yep, double step back, doing what he does. Pull up the dance moves tonight, too. A little thriller.
And then Quentin Post corrals his own miss, gives it to Draymond Green. And
Jimmy!
Jimmy
Still
Butler.
got it. Reverse.
That looks like when I used to see him in Chicago back in the day.
Butler did have 33.7 rebounds in the game. Curry just doing Steph things.
Give him some bird food. Watch him fly by.
What was that?
Give him some bird food.
Let's go to the third quarter here. This is when the Warriors, moving the ball around. This is what they do best.
He dunked that.
Yeah.
Didn't
Find the guy who started it. There he
But he
goes.
did do the
Pulling up
shimmy.
the dance moves again. Little shimmy.
Moved into 22nd on the all-time scoring list with that three, by the way. But here comes the Orlando Magic.
Yep. I mean, look, they just kept fighting. They kept clawing. The Orlando Magic are slowly finding their identity.
Ooh.
Okay,
Anthony Black.
Texas boy.
40 seconds left. Magic up 8. Desmond Bain in the corner.
That's why they got him.
Danny Green shot.
They've won 4 of their last 5.
There you go, Dez.
Cue the music. Orlando gets to play their song as they get the win over Golden State, but Steph aggravated the ankle that he sustained, that injury against San Antonio. He is out tonight against Miami, but this injury report, it could look long here, Shams. What more can you tell us?
Malika, not just Stephen Curry out for the Warriors tonight. I'm told Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green are expected to sit as well in Miami. Jimmy Butler's dealing with a back strain. Draymond Green is sick. So this is a team that's looking very short-handed tonight in Miami. They are optimistic that all 3 will be back in the lineup at home against Portland on Friday in the Cup game. But of course, Stephen Curry, anytime he tweaks an ankle, you have to be careful, especially as he continues on in his career. They're the only team in the NBA, though, Malika, that's played 17 games so far in the span of 29 days and a league-high 5 back-to-backs.
Okay, so probably without their big 3 tonight, Golden State, this would have been Jimmy Butler's second game back in Miami.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Why?
I don't like that he's sitting. He said he had back strains. He just caught a reverse alley-oop. What kind of... Are they going to find them like they find the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Well,
no, probably not, right? But I want to see Jimmy back in Miami.
We all want to see Jimmy back in Miami, but he's done it without Steph before. Maybe he didn't want to do it again.
Yeah.
It didn't go well. But the Warriors, they've had a tough start to the season, including tonight. You mentioned it, Shams. They played 17 games in 29 nights. It's the most by far by any team in the league. 12 of those games have also been on the road. And Steve Kerr, he sees the injuries piling up around the league as part of a larger trend.
I'm very concerned. It's dramatic. The pace difference is dramatic. This team tonight has really upped their pace compared to last year. I think across the league, everybody understands now that it's just easier to score if you can beat the opponent down the floor, get out in transition. But when everybody's doing that, the games are much higher paced, faster paced, and then everyone has to cover out to 25 feet because everybody can shoot threes. So we have all the data. Players are running faster and further than ever before, and so we're trying to do the best we can to protect them. But basically, have a game every other night, and it's not an easy thing to do.
And you said you've talked to your medical staff, and they're kind of the belief that that's what's led.
They believe that the wear and tear, the speed, the pace, the mileage, it's all factoring into these injuries.
Did you say 17 games in 29?
Yeah.
I take that back. Jimmy deserves a rest.
Well, he did have some interesting perspective, Steve Kerr did, on a hot button issue. And here are the numbers, right? Over the past 3 seasons, there have been 45 players who've been selected to All-NBA or as All-Stars, and only 13 of those players so far have played in every game this season. And one reason that could be leading to such numbers, it's the pace of play. That's what Steve Kerr was talking about. Teams are playing faster. than they ever have, with an average speed being nearly 4.5 miles an hour. And in total, that leads to players traveling over 34 miles a game. Perks, when was the last time you ran 34 miles? Just kidding. But so Steve Kerr says that he's very concerned that the NBA's increased pace of play, combined with the condensed 82-game season, it's leading to this increase that we're seeing in soft tissue injuries. Are you hearing that sentiment from around the league here, Shams?
So, Malik, I've talked to a bunch of team executives, even people in the medical field in the last 24 hours, just to get a feel on these injuries. And so, pace of play, the force on a nightly basis, this is the league's highest pace of play since, I think, 88, 89. So, obviously, fast-moving game. Another stat that caught my eye that I got wind of yesterday, 9 of the top 30 usage rate players are all sidelined right now. So that's 30% of those top 30 usage players. So 6 of them with soft tissue injuries. I did reach out to the league today, and they told me through 12 games, the amount of star players injuries that have occurred so far in the regular season are actually lower compared to this point in the prior 2 seasons. And the starter level players has been consistent as far as the soft tissue injuries. I am told, though, that the league is launching a league-wide biomechanics assessment program. So more than 500 players have already gone through a level of testing. Okay. There's 4 rounds of biomechanic testing also needed to be done the rest of the season. And that's going to be used to optimize exactly how the performance is and try to reduce injuries moving forward.
Perk, are you asleep over there?
No, I just don't feel like hearing all that crying. You doing all that crying, what the babies go do? What the babies go do? You know what I'm saying, Steve Kerr? We wasn't hearing the concerns when you got off to a hot start and y'all started the season 4-1. We wasn't hearing it then. You know, and I'm looking at teams like the Denver Nuggets and Jokic, you know, first team all whack body. They was one of the fastest teams in the league last year, believe it or not. Right. We don't hear him crying. He's playing every single damn game, putting up monster numbers. And then you go to the defending champs. SGA just made a run to the NBA Finals.
He's not playing in fourth quarters right now.
It ain't his fault. They spanking people.
But are you able to separate maybe the message that Steve Kerr is saying from the messenger?
I don't think Perk.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because you wasn't saying it when y'all got off to a hot start. I'm not saying it's an excuse. All I'm saying is we're seeing other players that are out there competing at the highest level still, elite guys like Jokic and SGA who should be able to take a break at any given time they want to.
I can separate the two. I know the messenger is not the guy he's a fan of hearing it from, but I think if you can start the season a week earlier, end it a week later, that can make a huge difference. And also, All-Star Weekend is not taken seriously, so you could take a day or 2 off that. So if you just add those 2 weeks or extra days, it'll spread out less back-to-backs and probably less injury. So I think there is a solution. Most old school guys would say they need to play 82 and just lift more, but I think we can do something with the scheduling.
Real quick, though, every team go through the schedule at the start of the season and pick and choose, you know, times that they can find rest periods for their superstars. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just saying.
One of those superstars that is out with injury right now is Giannis Antetokounmpo. What are you hearing, Shams, as the injury bug sort of continues to rear its head here on Giannis?
I'm told it's going to be 1 to 2 weeks for Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's a low-grade groin strain, from my understanding. So they really dodged a bullet here. It could have been catastrophic with groins. You're thinking weeks, not days. So instead of 3-4 weeks, there is optimism. Giannis will be back within this 2-week period. But this is a team that's 8-7 right now. They've lost 2 games in a row. Yep. We know the 20-25 game mark for the Bucks, very important. That's really the time that Giannis is looking at to see where this team is.
Well, we will see as we get closer to that point, but it does sound like good news here for the Bucks. Shams, thank you. Or as good as news as you can get.
NBA,